And these are big details that we're picking up as far as cross-voting is concerned. Now we're understanding 17 MPs cross-voted and a whopping 104 MLAs also cross-voted, which means they voted in favor of Droupadi Murmu. Where does this then leave the opposition's unity? As we've been saying, party after party supported Droupadi Murmu, and then look at the numbers of cross-voting. Marya Shakil, our political editor, is now joining us. Marya, this is exactly what you were pointing out, that the story will be in the percentage of the votes and the cross-voting details as well.
Yes, that's right. And this is the vote of conscience, as they say. This was about not being on the wrong side of history. Droupadi Murmu was all set to be the first tribal president from the word go. She was the president in waiting the moment she was announced as the NDA nominee. And hence, it's interesting to look at the pattern. A number of opposition rule states, a number of tribal states which have a significant tribal population like Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand. In all these states, there is a high percentage of MLAs who have cross-voted for Droupadi Murmu. Just look at these numbers. 6 in Chhattisgarh, again, a state which is ruled by the Congress party. Jharkhand, where JMM backed the candidacy of Droupadi Murmu, but it looks like clearly that Congress, which is in alliance with JMM in the state of Jharkhand, 6 Congress MLAs have also cross-voted for Droupadi Murmu. Let's move ahead. Look at the state of Maharashtra. Shiv Sena backed Droupadi Murmu. The Uddhav Thackeray faction also backed Droupadi Murmu. But in the state of Maharashtra, 16 MLAs, we are being told, has backed Droupadi Murmu. They have cross-voted in favor of the first tribal president. Again, a state of Maharashtra has a significant tribal population. Now shifting focus to a state which goes to polls later this year, that is the state of Gujarat. In the state of Gujarat, 10 MLAs have cross-voted for Droupadi Murmu. So far, with 10 states remaining, 104 MLAs cross-voted for Droupadi Murmu. So the clear and safe estimate so far is that Droupadi Murmu is set to win more than 65% votes out of the total electoral college. As we have been saying, as far as the members of parliament is concerned, 17 MPs so far. But overall, in the 20 states which have been counted, the electoral college of 20 states, when we are looking at, what we can safely say is 104 MLAs. In fact, the highest number of cross-voting which has happened in the state of Assam, where 22 MLAs have cross-voted for Droupadi Murmu.
Marya, thanks a lot for getting us all those details. We'll, of course, continue to come back to you. RP Singh of the BJP and Varun also continues to be with us. RP Singh, let me take in a quick word from you. Look at the numbers that we're putting out as far as cross-voting is concerned. As of now, 17 MPs and 104 MLAs. Do you think this has been a vote of conscience?
Well, obviously, vote of conscience for the presidential candidate and a candidate who is like among us, who represent the core of India. That's why people have cross-voted, and then people have voted as per the conscience. I mean, although Mr. Sinha appealed for the conscious vote, and then people probably took it other way around and voted for Droupadi Murmu ji. But again, I'm again repeating that is a message, big message for the democracy today, although it took almost 75 years. But yes, we have reached a place where this message has gone worldwide today, that a tribal woman can be the president of this country, can hold the highest post in this country.
Yeah.
That's the biggest, the big message.
That, of course, is a message, and nobody can take away.
Another second, and
sure.
Another second. All the credit goes to Prime Minister Modi and the team Modi who took a call on this, and the party president Nadda ji who took a call on this and presented Droupadi Murmu ji to the nation.
Yeah, absolutely. As we said, no denying the fact that this is now history in the making, with Droupadi Murmu all set to become the first tribal president of India. But at the same time, we also have to talk about what this means as far as so-called opposition unity is concerned, Varun. And this is exactly what we were saying. First, you had Mamata Banerjee saying that if we knew about Droupadi Murmu, maybe things would have been different. Then we saw what got played out as far as the VP election is concerned. And just look at the numbers, and this is not even the final tally. So far, 104 MLAs have already cross-voted. This is going to be very, very complicated for the loss of a better word as of now, as far as the opposition is concerned.
Opposition has been ripped apart, to be honest. When I see 16 MLAs from Maharashtra, apart from the Shiv and the smaller parties that are already supporting the NDA, have voted, I can see the faces of the MLAs who have cross-voted, and I can tell you, I don't want to get caught in this, but I can tell you that most of them are from those parties who now want to present a joint opposition and want Margaret Alva to come in. The opposition stands bare naked over here, and they have been exposed brilliantly by whatever you call it as a masterstroke or whatever stroke that it was by the BJP and the NDA. The opposition doesn't have any chance in vice presidential elections. Mamata Banerjee knew it extremely well. The kind of support that the presidential candidate from NDA was garnering.
Varun, we've all been saying that it was a no contest because the NDA always had the numbers. And despite the fact that we continue to see party after party supporting Droupadi Murmu, then would it have been sensible, one would say, for the opposition to drop their candidate and have a popular support for Droupadi Murmu? Wouldn't that have worked better for the optics for the opposition as well?
No, that would have not worked for the opposition for a very simple reason, because, whatever said and done, an election, if they let it go as it is, it would act against them. Because a opposition party, especially when so many opposition parties had been beating the drum for almost a year that they are going to contest against Narendra Modi, more than, any VP or president, it was against Narendra Modi and his government that the opposition wanted to put a candidate. They have a candidate, and they cannot just run away from the elections midway, because as rightly pointed out by the Congress spokesperson earlier, every election and battle has to be fought, and it was just a battle that they had to fight. They couldn't run away. The opposition had to do it. They did it, and they failed miserably, which sends out a very positive message to the BJP that in 2024 they need to, and they would better know which are the people who might come and support them and might become NDA alliances in future. So gives a brilliant message to NDA too and Mr. Modi.
Okay, I'm going to give the final word to RP Singh. RP Singh, as we said, we've spoken about the politics as far as the candidature was concerned, but now that it's official that Droupadi Murmu will be the next president, what is that one message that you want to leave this show with today before she officially takes over as the next president?
One very simple message is that democracy is maturing in India. Democracy under Prime Minister Modi is maturing in India. And then we have shown to the world that we are truly democratic. We take care of each and every section of society. And as far as opposition goes, I still request them that don't just do things for heck of it. Last few days have been on this pattern itself. I mean, whether it's the tooth of the lion or whether it is the expunged dictionary of the expunged words dictionary, or the routine letter which was issued for not doing protests in the parliament. I mean, although they protested even today and yesterday also. So, I mean, don't do it for just heck of it. Come out with something more concrete and better. I mean, let's be better and vibrant opposition.
Let's celebrate what democracy essentially represents. I will unfortunately have to leave that conversation there, but as we said, this is absolutely historic. With the halfway mark already crossed, Droupadi Murmu, it's official, will become the first tribal president of India. This will be our top focus right through the evening here on CNN News 18. It's a wrap from my side. The Right Stand is up next.